Yeah, it's been a long time, hasn't it, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a good reason for that. It's been quite some time since we've done one of these videos, and by the end of it, I'm going to be wishing I probably left it a little bit longer. But here we are, nonetheless, with a woke TikTok reaction from yours truly. I am so looking forward to this one, really. I am. So before we get into this, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating as it really, really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video, and let's just get into this and give ourselves endless nightmares. Don't say I didn't warn you. A rhyme to teach kids about pronouns. Haven't even started. Don't want to go on any further. It's a great start.
I am who I say I am, and you are who you say you are, and sometimes we are wrong about who we think other people are. That's okay. Don't assume. You can always just ask, which pronouns do you use? He, him, she, her, they, them, these, er. Let me know which one do you prefer?
Do you know what I prefer? For you to just stop. Shut up. These are the people teaching kids today. They are in great hands, they really are. We shouldn't be concerned at all with the teaching standards today and what they're being taught and what they're being told. Nah. Not at all. Yeah. Get me off this planet.
I'm gonna be really honest. There's a lot of really fat-phobic people out there, even in the queer community. I was a go-go dancer at a pride party, and the amount of money that I made versus the amount of money that the thin people made was not the same. Sometimes people don't even feel comfortable like putting the money in my underwear, but people are like really awkward with like, should I touch you? Should I? And I see them fully touching other people. So those are little reminders that people still have a lot of work to do around their fat phobia.
You know,
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
Maybe, just maybe, those people in whatever community you're in just don't find you that attractive. It's not fat phobia, it's just, you know, preferences, and maybe, hey look, this benefits your health as well. Don't say I didn't tell you. If you did lose the weight, instead of calling people fat phobic, you might have more success when you're dancing and getting dollars in your clothing. I mean, anyway, we can see this lovely, stunning and brave individual on our screen. I wonder what this one's going to be about.
People want to say that I don't experience PMS symptoms, but I've been cramping incredibly bad all day, and at some point my pain tolerance went away and it started hurting incredibly bad for the last 2 hours. So much so that it made me go and throw up 3 times. So yeah, PMS symptoms are ruining my Disney trip.
What I think is going on here is they've eaten something terribly bad and it's giving them a terrible, terrible stomach. So what they've decided to do is try and insult women and pretend they're going through periods. Because this is what it is at the end of the day, just insulting women to try and make everybody think that you as well can go through these same situations when you can't and never can. It's me syndrome, self-entitlement. Look at me, I need the attention even when I'm lying to everybody. Clown world stuff. Yeah, definitely ate something wrong there. That's what's going on here.
It's very annoying because I can't find housing because it's just way too expensive because y'all crackers keep coming here for no goddamn reason. Move the back. Y'all are annoying. Nobody wants you here.
Yeah, look at that face. The face full of regret. Maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't have interviewed this person. But just imagine, because there's not much I have to really say here, if it was the other way around. Just imagine. It's always somebody else's fault. Nobody takes any accountability for failures, etc., etc. It's his fault, their fault, it's the white man's fault. That's the best excuse to use. And everybody claps for it. Oh, this is so stunning. This is so brave. This is truly what activism, progressiveness is all about. Blaming everybody apart from yourself. Seems on brand.
This is for all the LGBTQ plus teachers out there. I work in the 4th largest school district in the United States, and I just got back from some professional development, and this is what I picked up on the swag table. It is a pride lanyard to kind of like keep your keys and all your stuff on. And it's got the logo and all this stuff. So I just think this is super cool because as LGBTQ plus teachers, like, we get called lots of names and not by the students. It is by mean people on
and she's going to say on the internet, probably.
the internet.
There we go. So far in this video, I think this has been a perfect advert for homeschooling.
this is just so, I can't imagine being a kid and like seeing somebody wearing this. I think I would have just figured myself out sooner. I would have had more confidence sooner. I would have felt better about myself sooner. And this honestly saves lives.
You mean you're exposing kids to things they probably wouldn't know about unless you did, shoving flags in their face, talking to them about certain things? That's what I see going on. Yeah, she talks about it saves lives, can also change lives, sometimes without parents knowing. These are the teachers today. Instead of focusing on the education, pushing kids to do well in school, this is what they spend their time on.
A reminder that unless someone tells you their gender, you literally have no way of telling. And yes, that includes your own children. I don't care how young they are.
What?
I prefer really not to speak.
I don't care how young they are, there's no way to tell what gender somebody is. Little tip here, stay away from kids. Leave the kids alone.
How is it that you go about defining good and evil? I'm only using what the gods gave me.
Yeah, I don't know what gods you're praying to. It's not a god up there. You're praying to something else, and it isn't, and it isn't a god. That's for sure. That was creepy. I don't want to see that again. I said I don't want to see that again.
Hi, let's create this pride eye look using Maybelline Color Tattoo eye sticks. 10 vibrant colors in shimmer and matte.
A new powder foundation, freshly opened. I'm rich in this moment. I'm Nikki O, and it's time to drag it out. Drag queens innovate when it comes to using makeup. Makeup as an art form means that I can be a million different Nikki O's. What I love about Maybelline is the products last all day long, even when you've got to do one of those full days of drag, 12 hours, 2 shows, your face is still gonna be looking great if you're using Maybelline product. New York City drag is the best. It just incorporates everything I love. Creatively, visually, a genuine love for drag, connecting with people in an audience, expressing who you are on the inside or who you want to be that night. Ooh. So she's trying to feel she is.
Truly, this is what people want to see from Maybelline. I guess it really is,
It's Prime Day on Amazon, so why not see if Maybelline has any deals going on? And look at that! Super Stay Vinyl Ink is 30% off, and my favorite colors are in stock and ready to ship. My Amazon order arrived the next day, and here I am, filming a makeup review. And baby, check out this color and shine. It's so comfortable, and it will not budge or smudge for up to 16 hours. Let me know what you think, and shop Maybelline Prime deals for 30% off right now.
I'll tell you what I think, once again.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
But ladies, Maybelline definitely care about you, and they're not trying to insult you. Not at all. Pretty sure I did a video on that whole advert campaign a few months ago. They're now using bearded men to promote makeup. Yeah. But they love you, they really do.
Flag behind me seems to really trigger a lot of snowflakes. And yes, I am your worst nightmare. So let's get one thing clear. If you have a problem that I have this flag in my classroom, stop following me right now. Just block me. Or better yet, leave a comment so I know who I can block. Because I will never stop supporting the rights of all individuals to be loved for who they are. And yes, I do teach about stuff like this in my classroom. Thank you for asking. I teach about Marxism. I teach about socialism. I teach about trans rights. I teach about LGBTQ history. Yeah. I teach about Black history. I teach about the racial history of our country and the genocide that we've inflicted upon indigenous people.
So you indoctrinate kids. Thank you for that resume, and that is a classroom to avoid. If you see this teacher in your class, go. Run away. I mean, that stare right now, I feel like he's staring into my soul right now. Stop looking at me.
I teach about redlining and Africville and the Starlight Tours. I teach about the history of Sir John A. Macdonald. I teach about wealth inequality in Canada and the concentration of wealth in the 1%. I talk about the prevalence of LGBTQ and trans people in millennial and Gen Z generations and compare it to left-handedness. I teach about intersectionality. I teach about the Polytechnic Massacre. I teach about the 60s scoop. And do you want to know why I teach about these things?
Because you're indoctrinating kids with your worldview. You can't have them growing up with their own worldview. Oh, no. That would be simply the biggest crime, wouldn't it?
Because they are important and because they are related to the curriculum.
To the curriculum. So I think parents should be concerned about that curriculum, and maybe, they should start complaining. But who is it important to as well? The kids? Or you.
I do not push anything on my students. All I do is show them the world that we live in. The one thing I could be argued of pushing on my students, if anything, is that we should all be loved and respected for who we are.
I'm sorry to keep pausing it, but I'm hearing so much right now. My brain's trying to process it as fast as it can. He doesn't push anything onto his students. He, she, I don't want to assume here. No, not at all. You're pushing things onto students that they probably wouldn't know about and don't need to know about. You know, they might find out about it later on and life might avoid it. Who knows? But no, you've got to push it onto them early to change their life, their worldview.
Because of the courses that I teach, all of this can be connected to curriculum. But beyond that, in Ontario, under the Education Act, teachers essentially have the right to teach whatever they think is beneficial to their students.
It's Canada. Not surprised there.
I might have known.
There is obviously a boundary to that, but what I talk about in my classroom, what I do in my classroom, will not break any of the rules. Just because you're a triggered snowflake who can't handle gay people existing does not mean that what I am doing is by any means wrong. It just means that you're an antiquated dinosaur and sooner or later your children will think to themselves, why does my parent think that way?
I don't think my kids are probably going to think like that. They'll probably think, Dad, thank you so much for showing me what these teachers are like so I can avoid it and not listen to it, block it out when they're trying to indoctrinate me with all of this stuff. Thank you so much, Dad. I appreciate you being in my life. That's probably what I think they're going to be saying. So not only me, but a lot of mothers and fathers watching right now.
Why does my parent act that way? Why does my parent talk that way? Because sooner or later, whether it's in school or out there in the real world, they will understand and acknowledge that there are adults who love and respect all people regardless of how they were born. And they will wonder why you don't.
Yeah, and that's fine. They can go out in the real world after they've been in school and they understand it all. And they can accept, okay, that person does whatever, fine. But they don't need you in schools pushing it from an early age. Again, I don't like the way this man's staring at me. You know, I feel like, again, he's staring into my soul. The kids don't need to know about this. We can all understand that. These people seem to not quite get the message, and they will continue to push things all the time because they have to. They want to. And the schools allow it to happen. You know, the biggest red flag for any parent now, as soon as they go into a classroom, it's flags on the walls. If they're in there, again, run away. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I tried to get through this as quickly as I could to avoid the brain damage that you get from watching these sort of videos. I hope I did a good job. Leave your thoughts down below on the videos we watched today. What did you think of them all? I'd like to know. There was a variety, a bunch of diverse characters, very diverse. See, we promote diversity. It has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.